All right, you ready for some DC stuff? Let's go into DC with
All
James
right.
Gunn. Here we go. So, DC strategy post Superman. James Gunn and Peter Safran, long term, it's going to involve a lot of spin offs. So, they see what works out of specifically the Superman movie. They want to make a spin off for, these are examples, not necessarily happening for sure.
Mm,
Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen. They want to do two live action movies a year and one animated project per year. I think that's about the
okay.
right amount of movies I'd want. I don't want more than that.
Yeah, I mean, if you space them out, and it won't feel so. Oh, it's been like 2 years or something. Like, yeah, get one at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, get one at the end of the year, or however you want to do it, because then the end of the year kind of runs into the beginning of the year pretty
Beginning
soon.
of
But
summer, end of
whatever,
summer, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Like a May and August. Yeah.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Yeah.
What do you think about Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen? And what I liked about that is Mr. Terrific, I could see a higher budget movie for that. That's gonna be
hmm
fun. But a Jimmy Olsen one could be like a little spy movie or whatever about this guy that just kind of sleeps with all the chicks in town. Yeah.
So the Jimmy Olsen
Dude,
one's
this
kind of
Jimmy Olsen
confusing.
fucks. There's no doubt about that. We can't say I love that my little righteous gemstone guy is like playing
Yeah.
out there now.
It's so unholy now, like he was in Righteous Gemstones. Oh man.
Uh,
This is the Jimmy Olsen of Righteous Gemstones we got before he kind of went back to the family, right? When he was doing his
yes.
acting and stunt
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
stuff. Um
Oh
so
man.
I think the let's example, Mr. Terrific, right, is would be really neat for uh the fact that they're expanding these characters we thought we would never like even
Yeah.
see. So that's pretty awesome. The Jimmy Olsen thing, I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I guess he
Yeah.
kind of just be like what you said, it's perfect the spy thing, but with his connections of, and how hilarious would it be? Like he just always has some female like somewhere that can get him like the
Yeah.
hook of the story or whatever. I think it would work
Yeah.
all, and then it'd be hilarious that that one time he doesn't have, he's like, holy shit, now you basically got to get with a female because for this. Yeah, I don't know
What
where
if
you're
he's
going with that.
on assignment, whatever, like in Turkey or whatever? Like he's in the middle of Istanbul, and suddenly he's like, "You got to find your way back." He's like, "Well, Suzanne lives next door," and then
Yeah.
he has to find his way out back to New York,
He's like giving these clues like,
Metropolis.
man, I feel like I've been here before or something. I just don't know. Oh shoot. That would be hilarious. But what do you think about the animated projects? Like what I mean, we got Creature Commando, which is definitely out there. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting anything like that. Are we gonna experience more of like I don't want to say it, like a Mr. Terrific where he's just not well known and then kind of introduce him and then maybe you can make something out of it?
100%. That's where you really do a lot of experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
How does Swamp Thing work on screen? Stuff like that.
We'll
A
know
lot of the
soon. Oh,
darker magic side of DC, try them out, see if it works. If
yeah.
people embrace them, or if you see like, oh, there's a story here, lean in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's great, but I don't know if we'll get that same feel as like what we're gonna get a live action Clayface to an animated Clayface.
Yeah.
We are getting that Swamp Thing, what,
True.
2027 or something like that? Whatever.
If yeah, it's currently like the script is not in yet, but it's
Yeah.
being worked on.
Oh man, I'm pretty stoked
Yeah.
about that one.
And James Gunn
Um,
said like the key with superhero fatigue is that the movies can't feel the same repetitive, like, oh, it's the
mm,
formula, like we see with Marvel. Like, Kevin Feige
yeah.
was not happy that James Gunn said that, but that's what it is. But he said
Yep.
like it could be in this universe and just be different movies.
Yeah.
So this Clayface movie is a horror movie.
Yeah.
It'll just be that it's the same universe that Batman exists in.
And that's what I'm excited about seeing this Batman Brave and the Bold, that how James Gunn's saying not Superman it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Um so and you know what? And I think that's what made the Joker one so near
Hmm.
perfect. It didn't give that feel at all. And of course, like towards the end, we really wanted to see him like, all right, let's see this motherfucker change because
Yeah.
I mean everything was just going great, but instead we got him fucking dancing to
Dancing.
musicals with fucking Lady
I'm
Gaga. Crazy.
gonna have
Um
to edit out so much profanity on this one. People will be
just
like, "Man, there's a lot of skips in this podcast." No, it's just me going crazy.
shoot. But I haven't really thought about anything that I want to see animated wise, unless you kind
Yeah.
of explore going to the Hall of Fame supervillains, is like the Batman villains. Like I would love to
Yes.
see even something so crazy as what's his face, Firefly, right? I think.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Just something out there, like Creature Commandos, uh that to introduce it. And hey, maybe you might start off the next movie as Batman capturing Firefly super fast, right? Like
Yeah.
first 10, 15 minutes to really like, you know, set the tone, right?
Right.
Just make him be one of like a waste off villain. But it's kind of neat to we'd get excited to see him because we just watched the animated season of him and we
Yeah.
kind of like his background. But like shit, I want to. That's what I want to see. Is there something animated that you would love to see that you think will work?
Zatanna. I think Zatanna could be animated.
Oh,
Um,
okay,
really
okay.
try it out and see how that works. And then like if
Yeah, I
you could
bet you
get
would like to
magic,
see his antenna.
yeah, 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 yeah. Do anime Zatanna. I think it's
I
a
got
great
a
idea.
specific look.
Yes.
Is she 12 with the Jim Lee version? No, it's
No, she's not. Let me clarify. Let me just say that real fast. No.
oh
Um,
shoot.
but I think, magic characters are really good to test in animation because they do take a lot of
Okay.
CGI if you make live action. So if you see like, you know what, we have a lot of story to tell with this character, then you invest that time. But you try it out in animation first.
Yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. All right, next up, we see that Millie Alcock's Supergirl's planned for June 2026. I am reading that Supergirl comic that this is based off of. Holy cow, it's so good, dude.
Yeah,
Did you read
love it.
that?
No, I need to start now though.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Hmm.
It is so, wow, so
Really?
much. Yes,
Okay.
so different than I expected. When we were introduced to Supergirl at the end of Superman, and she's like drunk and partying, I'm like, oh, that's
Hmm.
weird and unique. I'm telling you right now, that Supergirl's comic starts that way.
And
It's
it
her
plays
21st
well.
birthday. What's that?
It plays well throughout the comic. Like
I
just
mean,
personality.
it's the beginning. Like it's fantastic,
Yeah.
dude. Like you start off with her like in a tavern on a random planet. This girl
Hmm.
is like looking for someone to help her hunt down the guy who killed her dad, and like Supergirl's just in a bar, just getting drunk with crypto, and like roughs up this guy who just took money or the sword off of this girl, Ruthie,
Hmm.
and it just unfolds perfectly. One of my favorite
Nice.
parts, pretty early on in the comic books, is like the two of them are on like a space bus, like Greyhound bus, like
Hmm.
traveling to get to where this guy must have taken her ship, and it's just like random aliens. I'm like, this is some Guardians of the Galaxy,
Hmm.
Star Wars shit, man. I am
Yeah.
so ready for this.
Dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks good,
Okay.
man. Yeah,
And
you
that's
got to
awesome
read
to
it.
hear. Yeah, that's awesome to hear because hopefully we get back-to-back DC movies that are like just scoring very well. Uh, I mean, what a time to be alive to see this like revamp.
Yeah,
Loving it.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, Millie Alcock's gonna kill it. Okay, so we have a new director for Wonder Woman, the new Wonder Woman movie. They're fast tracking this movie. Anna Nagaro, who's also the one that did the Supergirl movie that's coming up, and she's working on Teen Titans. Man, they gotta really trust this Anna. She was an actress
Uh,
actually at first. Yeah,
yeah, I totally agree with that statement. To give you, I mean, one, you're essentially a massive part of this revamp to DC, and you're hitting some heavy hitter movies.
yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something you did that we don't know about that James Gunn knows that that he's trusting you with this because that's fucking wild. I mean, I know you're doing like the Supergirl, but Wonder Woman now,
Yeah.
that's a fucking Justice League staple.
But
Okay.
how excited does that make you for Supergirl and Teen Titan? Like they have
Oh
to
yeah.
see those and say,
Yeah,
go watch.
shit.
Like if they're gonna give her Wonder Woman, that must tell you how good Supergirl and Teen Titan must be. For
Yeah,
them to be
right.
like, all
Yeah.
right, you get one of the Trinity. Like,
Yeah.
dang,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, a
What?
lot of faith because Patty Jenkins just fucking sabotaged her shit with Wonder Woman
Yeah.
2. I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
have
I'm
to edit
cussing a
out
lot, but
so
then
much
I'm
for
so
vanity.
excited.
That's okay. It's okay. I
Oh
always
man.
know everybody has there's an edit for each of you guys. The Squeaks edit is always just like, okay, if he passes 15 fucks, I have to take out. I have to start taking them all out. And so we're past that now. I'm gonna have to, and then I start going because I know I have to take mine out. It's a whole thing.
It's a late night show. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So, what do you want to see out of this Wonder Woman? Personally, I love Dark Knight of Steel. I love
Hmm.
Kingdom Come, where she's like a god of war. She wants to go to war pretty quickly. That's how she sees success, and she's really about the royal lineage of Themyscira, stuff like that. So, I want to see that version because I think that version in in parallel to like Superman's hope and Batman's pragmatism, who's always like, this is logical, this is what we should do to save people. I think that works well with the trio. So I want her to be kind
Hmm.
of like a little bit aggressive, and
Yeah.
mean. What do you want to see out
I
of Wonder Woman?
I 100%. I saw your TikTok. Keep
Oh
hitting your
yeah,
TikTok about and 100% agree. Something that's not just like, hey, let me talk, with reason and stuff for us. No, fuck that. If you know what's
not
or
Wonder Woman.
screw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you know that's wrong, or no, if you know it's wrong, go at it.
yeah,
I want kind of like the hard-headed Diana.
yes,
Something where it's hard to kind of talk her out of something like she's doing the right thing and Superman might be like Batman might be like whatever about it, but she's still tough. Like I don't want to say like but not in a like a brain dead type way. Like I'm gonna just go
No.
out and get it because of this. Not like rude or anything, but know that it's the right thing to do and just not you say standing around. I guess you could say
Right, 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 right.
um that's gonna take a little bit to calm her down,
Yeah,
but not like
I think seeing Superman how he fought the kaiju in this new movie, I thought was like that's so telling for the Superman, where he was like catching it before it hit the building, making sure it
hmm
doesn't stop on a
hmm
dog or something like that. Like that's so this Superman, and you can see how Batman might attack this thing. Like, well, let's get it out to the forest or whatever. Let's get it out of the city and let's attack it there. Wonder Woman, you're like, I'm gonna go inside it and just slice its guts up and make it collapse on
yeah,
itself.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's how you want them to each play.
yeah.
Like they would
hmm
all probably try to protect Metropolis, but how would they do it? And she would just be
hmm
like, I'll kill it before it has a chance to make a step, and that's dope,
hmm
especially
yeah,
with
heck
the
yeah,
absolute Wonder Woman. I think is getting another spark of excitement for Wonder Woman, how she like was raised in hell in that
hmm
run. So I think there's something there that people really need to grasp onto while we have
yeah.
that heat.
So you think we're to fast track Wonder Woman the story like we kind of did with Superman? Like we get it already. We already have this a bunch. So they're doing the mascara series, right?
Paradise Lost, yeah, Themyscira,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, can we just do the same thing that we did with Superman? Like, bam, Wonder Woman's here.
So they won't be tied together. There might be like a little bit of a cameo of
Yeah,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman inside of Themyscira for Paradise Lost, but they're different. The Paradise Lost story is just a Game of Thrones set in DC. That's all that is.
Okay, that's pretty hot. Yeah. But but what I'm saying is that I don't like the background story is not really a factor in this. It's kind of what I'm
I
hoping
doubt
for.
we'll get an origin story for her because her origin story dates back beyond the 300 years
Yeah.
that we were told
Yeah.
for Superman,
I
which,
just don't want to see her like
yeah.
do the training and stuff like that. Like,
Nah,
okay,
I don't
let's
want that
just
bullshit
go.
either.
Yeah.
I want it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Just like with Batman, I don't want to see Batman's parents shot in an alley. I want to see Batman having
Mm.
to, grieve the loss of Jason Todd or, oh shit, Jason Todd's back. Like I want to see him
Damn.
at that
Damn.
stage of Batman already.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
I want him to be like, oh, I was just told that Ra's al Ghul's been raising my son, and so here's Damian Wayne. Like I want us at that level of Batman
Okay.
now.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
100% agree.
A couple other things here from the interviews with James Gunn. He said that they only added that crawl that's in the beginning of the movie, which you actually missed, um, because the test screenings, people were confused. And I'm like, how are you confused if you go to see a test screening of Superman, being like, oh no, wait, is this Earth? Like, people were confused by the metahuman thing. So the crawl in the beginning of the movie shows that like 300 years ago, metahumans were discovered or started popping up. And then, 3 years ago, Superman arrived on Earth. So kind of explain the background. But that was all added in post. It was originally just going to start with him bloodied and waking up on the snow,
Okay. You're gonna have
where
to
you
explain
saw
this
it
to me
from.
because we got
Yeah.
fucking robbed sitting there, like, oh yeah, they'll play trailers and stuff like that, whatever. So that's what I assumed was happening because when I got in there, he was in the fortress and kind of like
Right.
with the robots and stuff. So he wasn't bloodied up in the movie, is what
Okay.
you're
So
saying.
in the movie, what you missed was they had a
Okay.
crawl saying that 300 years ago, metahumans were around or created or whatever or showed up, and then it kind of
Okay.
like did this like series of threes. 3 years ago, Superman arrived on Earth, or I'm sorry, Superman donned the cape. 30 years ago, Superman arrived. Um, and then like 3 minutes ago, Superman lost his first battle ever, and then we see him crash into the snow, bloody, and then Krypto takes him, like you saw in the trailers,
Okay.
takes him to
So
the
that
Fortress of
still
Solitude.
happens. Okay.
That's what
Okay.
you missed, and then we saw him in the fortress already. We see that there's
Yeah.
a message from his parents that he listens to when he's getting healed.
Okay.
Sunlight, boom.
Okay.
That's the parts that you missed. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So they just added that because people were confused. He says, quote, I think it really helps to set up the fact that this is an alternate history. This is not our world. People were like, wait a minute, is this our world? And stuff like that.
hmm
Which I'm like, I'm surprised. People don't know if you're going to a DC screening for Superman, what Superman is. It's a little wild to
hmm
me.
hmm
He admits that it was pretty scary and leaning on a traditional score. I didn't even think about this watching the movie, but it doesn't have like just pop songs like Guardians of the Galaxy does. It has a couple, but it actually has like a legit like John Williams-esque score. And he said that was a real big push for him. He not used to that, but I think he nailed it. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, honestly, felt like it still felt like a James Gunn stuff when he does do
Yeah,
like those action scenes with the music. Now, well, why did and this, you're educating me right now. Why was this had to be different? Like, what was it that he was so focused on this?
I think he didn't want it to feel like Guardians of the Galaxy. He didn't
Okay.
say exactly why, but he knew that this was going to be this had to set up more in DC Universe, not just another one of his movies. I think if he wants to do another Guardians of the Galaxy, just do Suicide Squad. He already did the first one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so like that movie's perfectly fine to do all these like they call them needle drop songs. And
Mm,
so like that's good, but this one has to be setting up your DCU. So he knew he had to use a regular score and stuff like that for it.
okay, okay.
Which I
Yeah,
think he nailed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He explains that for Henry Cavill that him and Peter actually sat down with him and talked to him about it. Quote: "We sat down with Henry. He was an absolute gentleman. They did because what happened was they shot him at the end of Black Adam to be in the movie.
Yeah.
He posted like on Instagram, like, "Hey guys, I'm back." And then while that was all happening, behind the scenes, DC was telling him like, "Here's the script, right? Or start writing a script for Superman without a Henry Cavill." And so he's like, "What's going on with this?" And then he got the job,
Mm,
and so he's like, and they were basically saying, "Call him up and tell him he doesn't have the job anymore." And he's like, "No, fuck that." So he and Peter sat him down and actually talked to him face to face about the whole breaking
mm,
up thing.
mm.
Which, by the way, if you guys want to see people just completely dunk on me, go to Threads and where I posted about this, people are like Henry Cavill's the only real Superman, and that times 100.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, people, man, drive me crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's neat. I think maybe there's a possibility. I think James Gunn said it's come back as a different character if he was interested,
yeah. He
right?
says he's actually
Yeah.
wanting that. Yeah, he'd be happy
Okay.
to
Okay.
have him back as another
Yeah.
character. Who should he
Damn,
come back as?
I fucking knew you were gonna say that, man. I
Yeah,
wasn't prepped for this.
I'll go right away with mine. I know mine has been mine for a while. I want him
What you
back as
got?
Batman.
Okay, that's pretty massive. I'm
It's
not
pretty bold,
really
right age
seeing
for
that.
it.
Okay, okay,
Doesn't he
okay.
feel like he's a little bit senior to the Superman as well? Like he would be like, "Hey kid, I've been saving lives before you were
That'd be
outside of
hell funny
Smallville."
because he kind of was, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, that'd be. I don't know. I don't know how I would take that one actually. Man, I really don't know if I'm gonna see him as a hero. You know what? Actually, I want to see him as. This is gonna be stupid and kind of a cop out because he was supposed to fight Black Adam, but I actually want to see him as Black Adam. I think he fits it. I think he fits the
uh,
comic one. He got the slick black hair.
you think
He's
so?
buff as
Okay, I
hell,
see
hella
that. Yeah, slick
sexy.
back. Yeah.
Like as comic book
Okay.
accurate. I think obviously he looks more of the part than Dwayne Johnson did.
Fair.
And he kind of play. He would still kind of be tailored to like the really powerful flying around stuff. So he's like, okay, I'm experienced there. So I don't think it'll be too much of a shift for him, except just be the bad guy instead now.
What if somebody like real deep? What about like Jonah Hex? A cowboy, half dead,
Ooh,
you know, it's just something
man, I'm
completely
deep in
different.
that. Man, that'd be pretty wild. I wouldn't know, but I think that's what you would have to do with Henry Cavill because
Yeah.
it's almost like a more of a nod to him, and
Hmm.
then kind of like a I don't want to say Easter egg, but instead of having him really big in the DCU.
Yeah,
So
there
yeah,
has to be an Easter egg somewhere of him being Superman.
yeah,
Like there has to be a little nod or whatever where he's just like, I don't like letters on my shirts or some random shit like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
something like that where we're like, you Superman.
I
We
mean,
have to have
it's
that.
almost perfect as like when Henry Cavill was Wolverine in one universe and Deadpool
Yes.
versus Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine. And that was great. So I mean, I think
I
that'd be
loved it.
hilarious too if he just picked, I don't know, something funny. Yeah.
Yeah. The last bit out of James Gunn is that he's not going to be writing Creature Commandos season 2. He's just too busy with the rest of the DCU. He started writing that one before he got the job. That's the reason he wrote that one.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, I think
action packed, man. It's a lot of stuff coming out of
yeah,
Marvel
I
and
think it's
DC this
great. I
week.
think yeah, I mean honestly, he uh gave the groundwork for Creature Commando, so I
Yeah,
mean, just don't fuck it up for the next guy. Like come
exactly.
on. Like it's there. It'd
Yeah.
be hard at that point.